Live from New York City, RadioIrish.com.
Radio Irish News with Sean McCarthy. Ireland's controversial Budget 2009, which has seen politicians quit their jobs, thousands of protesters take to the streets of Dublin, and heavy-handed reaction from government opposition parties, is facing a brand new growing pain this week as Taoiseach Brian Cowan again tries to defend the controversial budget. Brian Cowan is striking back at criticism of his Minister for Finance Brian Lenihan's merciless budget, saying opposition parties are not providing any real alternative. A conference of international business leaders in Dublin has taken place, with the Taoiseach there to encourage these business honchos to continue to invest in Ireland. Brian Cowan told them that while the Irish economy faces difficulties, he is confident that we can overcome the financial crisis with the support of the business community. But that doesn't stop the coming cutbacks, however, all across the board in Ireland. And as independent network news microphones captured in Dublin, sure, even Taoiseach Brian Cowan admits that the upcoming tough cutbacks on spending will have an impact on everyone.
What government is determined to do is to take the lead, protect to the greatest extent possible the real achievements of the Irish economy over the last 10 or 15 years. That it is not possible to do this in a way that doesn't impact on many people in our society. But the idea that it can be done, as some opposition would have us suggest, and yet oppose every cut that requires to get it done, is not a very credible alternative.
Taoiseach Brian Cowan has also said that he knows that unpopular decisions have been made by his government, and he hopes the writing is not on the wall for his Fianna Fáil-led government. The Taoiseach was reacting to opinion polls which show a sharp drop in support for Fianna Fáil amidst the continuing debate over his government's slashing of services in Ireland in this year's budget. The Bank of Ireland is also spelling doom and gloom for the Irish economy, announcing that Irish national income is expected to fall for the first time in 25 years. The Bank of Ireland quarterly economic outlook is forecasting that the Irish economy is heading into contractions and will contract by 1.6%, with gross domestic product falling in 2009 and unemployment expected to go over the 7% mark. Speaking to INN News in Dublin, Bank of Ireland chief economist Dan McLaughlin says the outlook is not looking good.
This year will be the first time since 1983 that the economy's contracted, and as I said, the short-term outlook doesn't look too bright either, with most of the other European economies in recession, including the United States, and so the global backdrop is also pretty bleak in the short term.
Watch out, travellers to Ireland. Here comes a SIP2 strike warning as Aer Lingus announces that it's going ahead with its controversial plans to outsource jobs. Ireland's national airline is looking to save €74 million by outsourcing 1,500 ground operations jobs and putting out to pasture some of its existing air hostesses in favour of using American cabin crew for transatlantic routes. SIP2 says it may call for its thousands of airline workers to strike if the new measures are introduced. So if you're planning a trip to Ireland, well, enough said. And finally, here on Radio Irish News, New York Times bestseller and adored Irish writer Maeve Binchy has a brand new movie out. It's called How About You, and the feature-length film is based on a short story that Maeve Binchy wrote called The Hardcore. It stars Brenda Fricker, Vanessa Redgrave, Imelda Staunton and a host of other stars. Speaking to Radio Irish News, Maeve says it's an exciting time.
I'm so pleased that the film is going to be shown in America. I was hoping it would get an American audience, because I thought that maybe American people would like it. And for Irish people seeing it, the scenery is so beautiful. I mean, some of it was filmed in Rostrevor up in County Down, some of it was filmed in Wicklow. And the scenery is absolutely beautiful where this old hotel is, and where they go shopping. It's magnificent and lovely and colourful and atmospheric of home. But that's one good thing. And I think the sentiments are pretty universal. People of every nationality are coming up to a festive season, and if their life isn't perfect, they get filled with disappointment and self-doubt. And so I'm very pleased that this is now getting its outing in America. I wish I was able to go there. If I was able to go there myself, I'd be at the first showing and the second one and the third one. I would really, because I love to go when Circle of Friends is on in America. America. We sneaked in 3 or 4 times to see it, to watch a real audience looking at it, and that was very exciting.
It has been a real treat speaking to Maeve Binchy here on Radio Irish today, and I hope, Maeve, that we can all sit down now this Christmas with one of your heartwarming and thought-provoking books, and of course we've all got to go see How About You, which again, Maeve, is a knockout of a movie. It really is. I was really taken by this movie, and congratulations to all the cast, crew and producer Noel Pearson, Anthony Byrne, and most especially to your good self, Maeve. A fabulous film altogether and a must-see for everybody. You know, we'll have to go back to the handbag. This, unfortunately, is a must-see.
A must-see for the movie is quite different. I think we have to allow that. Listen, you're very kind to say that. I shall remember that now during the rest of the day, and it'll give me a bit of a glow. I hope everybody, all your listeners, will agree there. And I'll be really thinking of you and how much I'd love to be slipping into that theatre, the Paris Theatre, myself when it opens.
Maeve Binchy there speaking to us here at Radio Irish, and Maeve will be joining us for an exclusive 1-hour interview this coming week here on Radio Irish, so don't forget to stay tuned for that. Maeve Binchy here speaking to us on Radio Irish about her new movie How About You, and her new book and other things too. A fascinating interview on the way for you here on Radio Irish with New York Times best-selling author Maeve Binchy. And the new movie How About You opens November the 14th in New York City at the Paris Theatre, the one on 58th Street by the Plaza there. The movie will then, of course, roll out to top markets around the United States for the Christmas holidays, because it's a Christmas story, How About You, and it's a fantastic movie from the lady who has brought us so many wonderful books over the years, and other movies. Of course, we all remember Circle of Friends, and Maeve Binchy, of course, bringing a brand new movie, How About You, to the big screen November the 14th in New York City at the Paris Theatre, the one on 58th Street by the Plaza. Alright, so stay tuned here to Radio Irish for further news on that, and also for our feature-length interview with Maeve Binchy this coming week. And that's your Radio Irish News.
Broadcasting 24/7 to the Irish community. RadioIrish.com.
Putting out to pasture some of its existing air hostesses in favour of using American cabin crew.